Have you ever felt it? The world, the noise. It's like someone turned the volume up just a few notches too high, and then lost the remote. While everyone else moves through the daily chaos unfazed, you are different. You're the one who can't ignore the flickering fluorescent light. You hear the distant hum of traffic. You catch that subtle shift in a friend's expression that no one else even noticed. For years, you might have viewed this as a glitch, a cracked windshield distorting your view. But in reality, you've been given a microscope to navigate a world built only for the naked eye. Your brain isn't broken. It's a high-precision instrument. You likely belong to the 20% of humanity whose nervous system is biologically tuned to a different frequency. It's called sensory processing sensitivity. To understand why you carry this weight, we have to look back. We have to look at the tribe. The vast majority were dandelions. They were the survivors. They were hardy. They could sleep on cold stone, eat anything, and move fast. But a tribe of only dandelions? It would perish. They would charge into a blizzard without noticing the wind had shifted. They would eat toxic plants because they couldn't smell the faint, bitter warning. The group needed you, the orchid. You were the vanguard of perception. Your nervous system is calibrated for ultra-high definition, while everyone else watches a low-resolution broadcast. You don't just hear a noise. You process the rhythmic hum of the air conditioner and the specific friction of your sleeves. You don't just listen to a friend. You sense the tiny tremor in their voice. You feel the hidden sorrow they try to mask. Your radar is always on. It is engineered to catch the frequencies that the rest of the world simply bypasses. You see, I think we've been looking at this all wrong. Actually, let's see if you agree. I've been looking at the feedback from our previous episodes. A painful trend keeps coming up. You know you have this high-capacity brain. You know it's a gift. But instead of feeling powerful, you feel empty. You feel like you are permanently wilting. And that makes sense. An orchid cannot grow on a concrete pavement. It needs a sanctuary. Psychologists call this vantage sensitivity. It's a vital concept. It means that while you struggle more in brutal settings, you don't just survive in the right ones. You soar. You surpass everyone. When you are in your sanctuary, you flourish with a creative vision that a dandelion could never even dream of. So today, we stop trying to make you tougher. Instead, we start building that sanctuary. We are going to remodel your life across two pillars: your physical state and your social dynamics. First, let's talk about the fatigue. It isn't weakness. It's a biological misalignment. Your body is optimized for a high-risk but low-speed reality. Picture a still meadow. It's quiet. You are vigilant. One leaf rustles. That's a predator. Your brain is wired to analyze that one stimulus deeply. But you don't live in a meadow. You live in a world of high-speed static. Open offices, traffic, constant pings, the emotional surge of the news. Your mind lacks the filter to block it out. It's like trying to download the entire Library of Congress through a straw. Your internal circuits are smoking just to keep the lights on. To fix this, we overhaul your sensory intake. We use a sensory diet. Think about food. If you eat trash, you crash. Your biology is a porous sponge. It soaks up every drop of noise and tension in the room, whether it's clean water or toxic oil. To stay healthy, you must cut the toxins. If you work in a frantic office, noise-canceling headphones aren't a luxury. They are essential protective equipment. Think of them as a deep-sea diving suit. They let you walk through a crushing environment without the pressure collapsing your lungs. Putting them on isn't antisocial, it's hardware maintenance. Next, you need a restorative niche, a physical spot where your engine can finally cool down. It doesn't have to be a studio. It can be a parked car, a hallway, a bathroom stall. The rule is simple. When the haze of saturation hits, stop. Do not push through. Retreat to your niche for 5 minutes. No socials, no scrolling. Just let your heart rate find the floor. This is how you stop the massive burnout that kills your afternoon. But you can't just cut the noise. You have to feed the system. For a deep sensor, beauty is not a luxury. It is the oxygen in your tank. Without it, you are just holding your breath in a world of gray until you pass out. You need visual vitamins. Spend 10 minutes looking at natural light or the intricate geometry of a leaf. Your mind hungers for those organic patterns. You need tactile support. Soft fabrics, a weighted throw. That pressure tells your internal brakes to finally engage. Or try auditory healing. Pink noise, the rhythm of a thunderstorm. These things refill the tank the city emptied. You must schedule them like meals. And your phone? That's a cognitive attack. Those bright red alerts, your brain sees them as alarms. It triggers a panic cycle. Try the Monochrome Method. Turn your screen to grayscale. It sounds small, but it breaks the dopamine trap. It turns your phone back into a tool. It lowers the stress every single time you look down. Now, the mental landscape. This is the hard part, the emotional sponge. Your mirror neurons are on overdrive. You walk into a room where someone is stressed, and you don't just see it. You feel their tension in your own solar plexus. To survive, you have to change how you connect. First, the compassion pivot. Empathy and compassion are not the same. Empathy is feeling with. If your friend is sinking, empathy means you dive in and sink with them. Compassion is different. It's caring for. Compassion is being the lighthouse, not the shipwreck. You provide the light to guide them home, but you don't drown in the same waves. When you feel yourself being pulled down, stop. Pivot. Tell yourself, I recognize your sorrow, but it does not belong to me. That is your mental fence. Only then can you ask, how can I help? This keeps you safe on the bank, where you can actually do some good. Second, the buffer rule. Saying no feels like cutting a living wire. I know. You sense their disappointment. You want to fix it. So you say yes until the entire power grid of your soul melts down. You need a buffer. Your brain processes everything slowly and deeply. You need more time than they do. From now on, your automatic reply is, let me check my schedule and get back to you. That phrase is your armor. It buys you breathing room. It lets your logic override that gut reaction to please. In that gap, you can ask the real questions. Do I have the bandwidth? Is this person revitalizing or draining? Is this healthy for my sanctuary? The modern world was not designed for you. It is loud, it is frantic, it is forceful. But that doesn't make you an outsider. It just means you cannot live by default. You have to be the designer. You have to be ruthless about the toxins. You have to be deliberate about the beauty. You have to be tactical with your limits. This isn't about running away from life. It's about fueling yourself so you can actually lead it. When you build your sanctuary, you don't just endure. You turn that glass shield into a magnifying lens. You focus your power. You start a fire in a world that has grown cold. That's a lot to process, I know. But maybe it's time you finally built a reality that fits. Start with one shift today. Find your spot. Use the buffer. If this hit home, follow the path of the deep sensor. Let's do this together. I'll see you in the next chapter.